It is no secret that Alex Jones has shared some pretty wild conspiracy theories, so today we are going to deep dive into Alex Jones conspiracy theories, starting off with the Bohemian Grove.
Time and time again in my research, I come, well, eye to eye with something that's even hard for me to believe. And that's that the elite, again, the so-called establishment kings, those that know best, the visions of the anointed ones, are obsessed with the occult.
The Bohemian Grove is a private, exclusive campground in Monte Rio, California, and it has gained notoriety due to the claims made by Alex Jones. According to Jones, the Grove is a meeting place for a secret society of powerful individuals who control the world from behind the scenes. But is there any truth to these allegations? Alex Jones has repeatedly claimed that the Bohemian Grove is a gathering place for the global elite, where they engage in bizarre rituals and discuss their plans for world domination. He alleges that influential figures from politics, business, and media attend this annual event, performing occult ceremonies and engaging in secret negotiations. In the early 2000s, Jones managed to infiltrate the Bohemian Grove and captured footage of what he believed to be evidence of the conspiracy.
The occult activities are coming up. And then after the actual ritual, we're going to give you some more of the history surrounding it. But first off, I wanted to draw your attention to the program that was given out to the spectators or the viewers. I guess an occultist would call them novices, who actually watched as the priest and their supporters engaged in this ancient rite. Now, you're looking at a little demon called PJ that was on the front of the actual program. It's kind of an Hieronymus Bosch style. He's got a little broom and a dustpan, and he's sweeping something up. Now, even more shocking is the figure of a human body burning in the flames. In fact, I've shown it to people that are experts in anatomy, to actual doctors, and they say that the anatomical size is that of a baby or small child.
Dear boon companions of the long ago, let them join us in this ritual. Not a place be empty in our midst. O beauty's vassals, who hold in this gray autumn of the world her springtime in your heart, attend our tale. Gather, ye forest folk, and cast your spell over these mortals.
There you see the funeral pyre burning with the effigy of a human, or it could be real, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a lot of strange going-ons in that area of Northern California, but this is what the establishment is into right here in America, the cremation of care. And this was July 15th, 2000.
He showed a mock human sacrifice known as the cremation of care ceremony, where a giant owl statue was involved. This footage caused quite a stir, but many skeptics argue that it was simply a theatrical performance and not indicative of a global conspiracy. Critics of the Bohemian Grove conspiracy theory argue that the Grove is nothing more than an annual retreat for wealthy and influential individuals, offering them a chance to relax and network away from the public eye. They say that the rituals and ceremonies are nothing more than elaborate traditions akin to a secret society's initiation rituals. Many attendees of the Bohemian Grove have publicly dismissed the conspiracy claims as baseless and exaggerated. They assert that the Grove is merely a place for like-minded individuals to gather, exchange ideas, and enjoy recreational activities. They deny the existence of any secret agenda or plots for global control. So where does the truth lie? Is the Bohemian Grove a meeting place for the global elite, or is it simply an exclusive retreat? All right, before we move on to the next conspiracy theory, YouTube is telling me that 99.7% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you guys enjoy my videos and never want to miss an upload, please consider subscribing and turning on those post notifications. All right, back to the video. Next, we have a conspiracy theory from Alex Jones where he says that chemicals in the water are turning frogs gay. Yeah.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap. I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny.
Alex Jones has claimed that chemicals in the water supply are causing a phenomenon known as gender bending in frogs. According to Jones, these chemicals, primarily atrazine, are intentionally added to water sources and are somehow responsible for altering the sexual characteristics of amphibians. Jones suggests that this gay frog phenomenon is not limited to frogs alone. He argues that these chemicals in our water supply can potentially affect humans as well, leading to hormonal imbalances and changes in sexual behavior. To support his claim, Jones has presented videos of frogs exhibiting strange behavior, such as same-sex mating or a decrease in reproduction. However, it's important to note that the scientific community has a different understanding of the phenomenon. Scientists have studied amphibians, and the impact of chemicals like atrazine have refuted Jones' claims. They explain that frogs can exhibit variations in sexual behavior and reproductive patterns due to a variety of factors, including natural environmental changes and habitat disruption. It is also worth mentioning that the doses of chemicals found in water sources are typically well below the levels considered harmful to humans. Regulatory bodies, such as the Environmental Protection Agency, closely monitor and regulate water quality to ensure it is safe for consumption. Although a study from the National Library of Medicine claims that atrazine-exposed males were both demasculinized and completely feminized as adults. 10% of exposed genetic males develop into functional females that copulated with unexposed males and produced viable eggs. Atrazine-exposed males suffered from depressed testosterone, decreased breeding gland size, feminized laryngeal development, suppressed mating behavior, reduced spermatogenesis, and decreased fertility. So maybe atrazine isn't necessarily turning frogs gay, but studies have found that it can turn male frogs into female frogs. Let me know what you guys think about this. According to Alex Jones, a secret group of shape-shifting reptilian aliens, commonly known as the Reptillian Elite, infiltrates positions of powers on Earth.
Absolutely reasonable to have the government run your healthcare. Forget all the secret testing that's been done against the population. All the syphilis in the vaccines, the cancer viruses.
Jones claims that these reptilians not only control governments and world events, but also disguise themselves as human beings. Jones suggests that the reptilian race, hailing from another dimension, is responsible for shaping our world's affairs, manipulating society, and working toward their own hidden agenda. He points to various world leaders, politicians, and celebrities whom he believes are part of the reptilian bloodline. Pizzagate refers to a conspiracy theory that gained traction in 2016, alleging that a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. was the center of a human trafficking ring involving high-ranking Democratic officials. Alex Jones was among those who amplified these claims. In March 2016, the personal email account of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chair, was hacked in a phishing attack. WikiLeaks published his emails in November of 2016. Proponents of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory falsely claimed the emails contained coded messages that connected several high-ranking Democratic Party officials and U.S. restaurants with an alleged human trafficking ring. Despite extensive investigations by law enforcement agencies and reputable news organizations, no credible evidence supporting the Pizzagate theory was found. These allegations were debunked in multiple sources, including the pizzeria's owner, who denied any involvement in illicit activities. The spread of Pizzagate led to a dangerous situation when an individual influenced by the conspiracy theory entered one of the pizzerias armed with a firearm to investigate the claims. Fortunately, though, nobody was injured.
They created the illusion of transparency. If you think you're getting something from, sort of behind the screen, maybe it's more legitimate, even though you're being played by a bunch of Russians. Read these emails and listen to people, as in every campaign you can imagine, debate about what to do when and who says what and all of that. So they had to be weaponized. They had to have elements plucked out and perverted in a way that would be hard to imagine, and then sent back out into the cyber virtual world. So in one of the emails, John Podesta is talking about pizza. He's Italian and Greek, I mean, you know.
And a very good cook.
And yeah, his risotto recipe is still there if you want to see it. And I'm sure there's something very nefarious about that risotto recipe. So all of a sudden, John's writing about pizza, and one of these really, I consider evil people in the media world and in the online world, out of whole cloth make up this story that John Podesta and I are running a child trafficking ring in the basement of the Comet Pizza Parlor.
Chemtrails, a term used to describe the white trails left behind by airplanes, have been the subject of speculation and conspiracy theories. Alex Jones has popularized the belief that these trails are not merely condensation known as contrails, but instead contain harmful chemicals deliberately sprayed for sinister purposes. Alex Jones and other chemtrail proponents claim that these trails are evidence of a vast, secret program aimed at manipulating weather patterns, controlling the population, or even conducting chemical experiments on unsuspecting citizens. Experts in atmospheric science, meteorology, and aviation overwhelmingly agree that chemtrails are a baseless conspiracy theory. The scientific consensus attributes the trails to the normal byproduct of airplane engine exhaust interacting with the atmospheric conditions, just like contrails have done since the advent of aviation. On December 14th, 2012, a horrifying event unfolded at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. 20 innocent children and 6 dedicated educators lost their lives in a devastating school shooting. But for reasons we may never fully comprehend, some conspiracy theorists, including Alex Jones, claimed it was all a staged event. Jones alleged that the Sandy Hook shooting was a false flag operation orchestrated by the government to advance a hidden agenda. He suggested that the grieving parents were actually just crisis actors, and the entire event was a carefully planned act to manipulate the public opinion and promote stricter gun control laws. But multiple investigations conducted by law enforcement agencies, including the Connecticut State Police, FBI, and independent organizations, all confirmed the reality of the tragedy. The victims' families endured unimaginable pain and loss, and to accuse them of being crisis actors is not only unfounded, but also incredibly disrespectful. And it's also important to highlight that Jones faced legal consequences for his false claims. Several parents who lost their children in the Sandy Hook shooting filed defamation lawsuits against him. In these cases, the courts ruled against Jones, who eventually admitted that the shooting did occur and that his previous statements were based on a form of psychosis.
I never intentionally tried to hurt you. I never even said your name until this case came to court. I didn't even really know who you were until a couple years ago when all this started up. The internet had a lot of questions. I had questions. And over that 6-7 year period before I got sued, or 6-year period, it's clear you can see the whole progression of us, the few times we covered it, trying to actually find out what happened.
Well, I definitely think Alex Jones believes this is his show, and the judge basically said this is not your show, and he's trying to tell his story even though liability has already been determined. But I think the parents, Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis, they are the parents of Jesse Lewis, who was just 6 years old. I think that they have told their story. The basic story is, look, ever since you started making these claims, our lives have been turned upside down. Our lives have been in danger. And you caused all of this by repeatedly making these false claims. It wasn't a hoax. People died. Our children died. And you need to understand it.
All right, guys. Anyway, that is going to be today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, post notifications on. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.